There are things happening to your body right now that you probably have no idea about. Small, almost invisible changes that are slowly chipping away at something fundamental to your well-being, your vitality, and your sense of masculinity. And the worst part? They're caused by everyday habits you don't even think twice about. What if the way you start your mornings is making you weaker? What if something in your diet is silently draining your testosterone? And what if the way you handle stress is sabotaging the very thing that makes you feel like a man? These aren't just theories. Science backs them up. And in this video, you're going to find out exactly which habits are responsible, and more importantly, how to take back control before it's too late. Before we dive in, make sure you're subscribed to the channel with notifications turned on. That way, you won't miss any of the life-changing health insights we bring to you. Now, let's get started. The first thing you need to know is that your body is in a constant state of adaptation. Every choice you make, every habit you develop, has an impact. Some of them build you up, boosting your testosterone, increasing your energy, strengthening your drive, but others do the exact opposite. And the scary part is, you won't feel the effects overnight. It happens gradually, so by the time you notice, a lot of damage has already been done. And that's exactly why the first silent killer of virility is one you might not even realize is affecting you right now. It's hidden in plain sight. It's something you encounter every single day, and it's directly linked to lower testosterone, reduced muscle mass, and even poor sexual performance. I'm talking about a lack of quality sleep. Most people underestimate the power of sleep. They think as long as they're getting a few hours here and there, they'll be fine. But sleep is where your body restores itself, where your hormones regulate, where testosterone is actually produced. Studies show that just 1 week of getting 5 hours of sleep per night can lower your testosterone levels by up to 15%. That's the kind of drop you'd expect from aging 10 to 15 years. Imagine that, aging your body a decade in just a few nights. And here's where it gets worse. Poor sleep doesn't just lower testosterone, it increases cortisol, the stress hormone that actively destroys muscle tissue and promotes fat storage, especially around your belly. And that belly fat? It's more than just something that makes your pants fit tighter. It actually produces estrogen, the primary female hormone, which further lowers testosterone and wrecks your hormonal balance. But let's take it one step further. Poor sleep leads to poor decision-making. When you're sleep-deprived, your body craves quick sources of energy. That means you're far more likely to reach for processed junk food, sugary snacks, and caffeine overload just to keep going. And all of those things, they only make the problem worse. So how do you fix it? You need to prioritize deep restorative sleep. That means setting a consistent bedtime, avoiding screens at least an hour before bed, and keeping your room cool and dark. But there's something else. Something almost no one talks about: magnesium. It's a mineral that plays a critical role in relaxation and sleep quality, yet most people are deficient in it. If you're not getting enough magnesium, your sleep is suffering. Fix that, and you'll not only feel more rested, but you'll also support higher testosterone levels naturally. Now, while sleep is a silent saboteur, there's another enemy lurking in your daily routine. And this one is even harder to escape. It's something you consume, something that feels completely normal, yet it's quietly destroying your virility. And that enemy? Plastic. More specifically, endocrine-disrupting chemicals like BPA and phthalates, found in plastic bottles, food containers, and even receipts. These chemicals mimic estrogen in your body, throwing your hormones into chaos and leading to lower testosterone, decreased sperm quality, and even erectile dysfunction. You might be thinking, come on, can a little plastic really be that bad? Well, consider this. Studies show that men today have significantly lower testosterone levels than men just a few decades ago. In fact, testosterone levels have been declining by about 1% per year since the 1980s. That means a 30-year-old man today has the testosterone levels of a 50-year-old man from the past. And environmental toxins like BPA are a huge reason why. So what can you do? The first step is to eliminate plastic wherever possible. Stop drinking from plastic bottles. Switch to glass or stainless steel. Avoid heating your food in plastic containers. Even better, eat fresh whole foods instead of packaged ones, since plastic-wrapped foods often absorb these chemicals. And wash your hands after handling receipts, because those little pieces of paper are coated in BPA. Now here's where things get even more interesting. Did you know there's something you're doing every day that's killing your testosterone, increasing your stress, and making you feel weaker without you even realizing it? It has nothing to do with food, sleep, or toxins. It's about your posture. Think about it. When you slouch, when you hunch forward, when you sit all day with your shoulders rounded and your chest caved in, you're not just affecting your spine. You're sending signals to your brain that make you feel weaker and less confident. And that has a direct impact on your testosterone levels. Harvard researchers found that when men adopted power poses for just 2 minutes, standing tall, shoulders back, taking up space, their testosterone levels increased by up to 20%, while their stress hormone, cortisol, dropped. But when they sat in weak, closed-off positions, their testosterone levels dropped, and their stress hormones shot up. Your body and mind are connected in ways you might not even realize. If you spend all day in a weak, hunched position, your body starts believing that's who you are: weak, low energy, passive. But when you take up space, when you stand tall, when you move with confidence, your body responds. So what's the takeaway here? If you want to reclaim your virility, start standing taller, fix your posture, move with purpose. Don't let bad habits dictate how your body perceives itself. We've covered sleep, plastics, and posture, but there's still more. One of the biggest testosterone killers is lurking in something you consume every single day. It's legal, it's addictive, and it's actively lowering your testosterone. I'm talking about excessive caffeine. Wait. What? Isn't caffeine supposed to boost energy and improve focus? Yes, in small amounts, but too much caffeine leads to adrenal fatigue, increased cortisol, and poor sleep, all of which crush testosterone. Plus, caffeine can reduce zinc absorption, a mineral crucial for testosterone production. So if you're downing multiple cups of coffee or energy drinks every day, thinking you're giving yourself an edge, you might actually be doing the opposite. The solution? Cut back. Keep it to 1 or 2 cups in the morning and avoid caffeine at least 6 hours before bed. But caffeine isn't the worst offender. There's one more habit that's slowly draining your virility, and most men don't even realize it's happening. It's chronic stress. Stress is a testosterone killer. Every time you're stressed, your body produces cortisol, and when cortisol goes up, testosterone goes down. Long-term stress wrecks your hormonal balance, saps your energy, and leaves you feeling exhausted and unmotivated. So what's the fix? You need to take control of your stress response. Exercise is a great way to lower cortisol. Meditation, deep breathing, and even spending time outside in nature can help rebalance your hormones. The key is consistency. Make stress management a priority, and your testosterone levels will thank you. Now, we've already uncovered some of the biggest habits draining your testosterone and weakening your body without you even realizing it. Poor sleep, plastics, bad posture, excessive caffeine, and chronic stress. All of these are silently working against you. But there are still more hidden threats. Some of them are sitting right on your plate, because the food you eat every day isn't just affecting your energy levels or your weight, it's directly influencing your hormonal balance. And one of the biggest culprits? Processed seed oils. You've probably heard that some fats are good and some are bad. But what you might not know is that the so-called heart-healthy vegetable oils, like soybean oil, corn oil, and canola oil, are some of the worst things you can put in your body. These oils are loaded with omega-6 fatty acids, and while your body does need some omega-6, the problem is balance. Our ancestors ate a diet that had a nearly equal ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 fats, but today, that ratio is completely out of control, up to 20.1 in favor of omega-6, and that's a disaster for your hormones. Studies show that diets high in omega-6 fats can lower testosterone, increase inflammation, and even lead to increased body fat, all of which further destroy your virility. So how do you fix this? Simple. Eliminate industrial seed oils. That means cutting out processed foods, fried foods, and anything made with soybean, corn, or canola oil. Instead, focus on healthy fats: olive oil, avocado oil, real butter, and omega-3 rich foods like salmon and sardines. Now, here's where it gets even more interesting. Because while certain foods are actively wrecking your testosterone, there's something even worse, a behavior that's completely natural in today's world, but is absolutely devastating to your manhood. And that's constant screen exposure. Think about it. What do you do first thing in the morning? You check your phone. You scroll through notifications, social media, emails. Then, you go to work, sit in front of a computer, spend hours staring at a screen. When you get home, you relax by watching TV or playing video games, and before bed, you're back on your phone. The average American spends over 7 hours a day looking at screens, and that number keeps climbing. But here's why this is a problem for your testosterone. First, screen time, especially at night, disrupts your circadian rhythm. Blue light exposure from phones, tablets, and computers suppresses melatonin, the hormone that controls your sleep cycle. And as we already discussed, poor sleep, lower testosterone. Second, excessive screen time is linked to higher stress and anxiety levels. Scrolling through social media, absorbing endless negativity from the news, comparing yourself to others, it all triggers your brain's stress response. And stress, as we know, crushes testosterone. But there's something even worse: sedentary behavior, because the more time you spend sitting, the less time you spend moving, and that leads to lower muscle mass, higher body fat, and reduced testosterone production. So what's the fix? Set limits on your screen time. Use blue light filters or glasses in the evening. Stop using your phone at least an hour before bed, and most importantly, move your body. Which brings us to another crucial factor: the way you train. A lot of men go to the gym thinking they're doing the right thing, but if you're training the wrong way, you could be doing more harm than good, because not all exercise is created equal. Some workouts boost testosterone, others kill it. If you're spending hours doing long, steady-state cardio, running on a treadmill for 45 minutes, cycling for an hour, you might actually be lowering your testosterone. Research shows that excessive endurance exercise raises cortisol levels, which leads to muscle breakdown and suppressed testosterone production. On the other hand, strength training, especially heavy, compound movements like squats, deadlifts, and pull-ups, stimulates testosterone production like nothing else. And there's a secret weapon that amplifies this effect: high-intensity interval training. HIIT, short bursts of all-out effort, followed by rest, have been shown to increase growth hormone and testosterone levels far more than traditional cardio. So if you're spending all your time jogging, it's time to switch things up. Now, before we wrap this up, there's one last habit that might be the biggest testosterone killer of all, and that's porn consumption. This one's controversial, but it's backed by science. Studies show that excessive porn use rewires your brain, hijacking your dopamine system and leading to decreased sensitivity to real-life pleasure. Over time, it lowers testosterone, increases anxiety, and contributes to erectile dysfunction. Think about it. If your brain is constantly flooded with artificial stimulation, it loses its ability to respond to real experiences, and that leads to lower motivation, less confidence, and even physical consequences like lower libido and weaker erections. So what's the solution? Cut back. Reduce your dependence on artificial stimulation. Give your brain a chance to reset, to rewire itself. You'll be amazed at how much your energy, confidence, and masculinity improve. How long have you been telling yourself, "It's just stress," or "It'll get better," while your energy, focus, and performance keep slipping? Deep down, you know something isn't right. Your hormones could be out of balance, and it's costing you more than you realize. The good news? You can fix this. And it's easier than you think. Check the pinned comment to learn how thousands of men have already taken control. This is your chance. Don't waste it. So let's recap. If you want to reclaim your virility, you need to take action. Prioritize quality sleep, avoid blue light, go to bed at a consistent time, and supplement with magnesium if needed. Eliminate endocrine-disrupting plastics, switch to glass, avoid heating food in plastic, and be mindful of BPA exposure. Fix your posture, stand tall, move with confidence, and stop slouching. Control caffeine intake, avoid excessive consumption, especially in the evening. Manage stress. Use exercise, meditation, and time outdoors to lower cortisol. Remove processed seed oils. Stick to real, natural fats that support hormonal health. Limit screen exposure. Reduce blue light. Control social media use. And get outside more. Train the right way. Focus on strength training and HIIT over long endurance cardio. And finally, reduce artificial stimulation. Cut down on porn. Reclaim your focus, and restore your natural drive. If you start making these changes today, you'll feel a difference. More energy, more strength, more confidence, and a return to the vitality that makes you feel like the man you were meant to be. And now, if you want to go even deeper into optimizing your health and performance, Check out the video on screen now. It's packed with even more powerful strategies to take your health to the next level. Click it, watch it, and take action. Your future self will thank you.